Obviously, big changes. I'll just start with maybe your early impressions of Paul Coffey working with the D.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you have respect for his resume. You know, he's one of the greatest all time to play the position. So obviously a lot of knowledge. I think he's a forward guy. He's very direct with his positivity or corrections or whatever. So I like it so far. It's only been 2 days, but he's a great guy. He's been around before, so it's not like he's coming in fresh. We knew him from before, and he's a good guy to have around for sure.
Does it feel like there's going to be a big overhaul on the back end, or just cleaning up some details and stuff?
I mean, it's tough to speak on 2 days. I know a little bit experience of coaching changes during the year, and usually they try to keep it as light as possible. Obviously, they have their tweaks and their mindsets of how they want us to do things, but I'm sure there'll be more and more throughout the year. But for now, it's more tweaks and little details that they and we believe we can sharpen up. And it was a good step yesterday. Obviously, it wasn't a perfect game, but at least we got a win, and that builds confidence. And now we just got to keep working and string some games together.
He looked like he was, Paul anyway, was leaning and talking to guys quite a bit on the bench last night. Some coaches do, some don't. Do you like that as a guy who's kind of right in the moment, talks to players?
I mean, absolutely. I think he sees it right away, and he communicates right away, which is it's a great thing. I mean, obviously, when you've been in the league for a bit, you know when you're doing. Usually, you know when you do stuff bad and when you do stuff good, right? So, I think for him too, it's about. We talked about it this morning. It's like he learns from us how we react on how we want it on the bench. Like it's always a feel-out process, and I feel like he's. Usually when you have former players, they know that process and they can see in you if you want that direct or if you want to kind of hang on to it and talk tomorrow. So I'm sure he'll handle every guy differently and as we go. But yesterday, yeah, he was really talkative. He was really direct, and as soon as he saw something, he was vocal about it, and I appreciate that. I personally like that, so I thought it was great.
Are you going to jump up in the rush now and have a lot of Paul Coffey-like rushes?
I'm sure some of the guys can do that. Maybe if I do it every once in a while, it'd be cool. But other than that, I try to stick to my game and what makes us competitive and good as a team. So not trying to change my game too much. I don't think that would be a good thing.
The last two games, you guys defensively have limited, I guess even in the San Jose game, but the last two, the high danger chances are down quite a bit, and specifically off the rush. What's changed to limiting them off the rush?
I think there's a lot of small details to it. I think when you look at the games where we gave up a lot, it's little details here and there. It's about that extra stride on the back check from the forward. It's that extra step up ice when they are coming at you as a D-man to make sure they might have to dump it in on the rush versus they can get the blue and make a play, right? So I think we've been a lot tighter. I think we've worked on those details. We've talked about it. We know that the rush defense wasn't where we wanted it to. I mean, other than that, I thought we did a pretty good job defensively. It wasn't like we gave up a ton of goals just from D-zone coverage itself. So the rush has been a point of emphasis, I guess, in the last little bit. And it's nice to see us figuring it out here in these two games, and hopefully we keep it going.
You mentioned a feeling out process. That includes practice. What was kind of the first main practice or full practice like with the new coach?
That was good. Yeah, I thought it was a high-paced practice. I think we got some defensive details done, obviously, and at the end there's some offense to it as well. So I think it was a fun practice, and again, it's tough to judge one practice, but for the first one, I thought it was really good.